Hey guys, I'm back. Ashley Pickens here in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, if you don't know, you guys, I've been in real estate since 2006. 2006 as a real estate agent, and now most people know me as an auctioneer. I auction off foreclosures for the bank. So today, let's get into it. Let's talk about zombie foreclosures. It's fourth quarter. It is October. It is November. My bad, you guys. It's November. Let's talk about zombie foreclosures. Do y'all know what that is? It's basically when people who are in foreclosure have just abandoned their house, like walked away from their house. So the numbers are out. Let's see where they are. You guys, I'm outside. As always, I know my nose sounds a little stopped up, but we're going to make it. We're going to be all right, right? Because these kids come home with everything but the right thing, right? They come home with the flu. They forget their sweater at school, but they bring the flu home. So I'm better. So, fourth quarter, let's talk about it. Fourth quarter vacant properties. Right now, we've got 1.3 million properties in the US that are vacant. So that's only about 1% of the 101 million properties that we have across the country, right? Let me sit down because I can't talk, walk, read, hold the camera. Y'all know me in my life. So, pre foreclosure properties, we have about 320,000 properties currently in foreclosure across the United States, and about 8,000, almost 9,000 of them are vacant. Okay, so not really a lot at all, honestly. But did you know, you guys, listen, did you know 23.6 million investor owned properties across the country? We have 23.6 investor owned properties. Almost a million investor owned properties are vacant right now. And it's probably because y'all investors struggling too, right? They took out these loans when interest rates were low, and now they can't sell these properties because interest rates are high. Y'all, and investors are just like, investors aren't like these huge hedge funds, not all of them. Some of them are just literally like just regular people, right? Who just bought a second property, and now they can't get, or Airbnb. Y'all know the struggle with Airbnb right now. That's probably a bunch of these vacant ones, right? Because they can't rent them out. Highest levels of vacant investor owned homes are in Indiana, Illinois, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Ohio. That's where most of the investor owned vacant properties are. Okay, let's keep going. So it says while most neighborhoods around the US have few or no zombie foreclosure, the biggest increase from the third quarter of 2023, we've got them in Kentucky, Connecticut up 15%, Maryland up 13%, Texas up 13%, and California up 12%. But again, it's not a lot. Like up 12% is, just a few homes that are zombie foreclosures, vacant properties in foreclosure, okay? So New York continues to be among the 50 states to have the highest ratio of zombie homes, right? Followed by Ohio, then Illinois, Iowa, one in every 4,000, and Indiana, one in every 6,000. So zombie foreclosure really isn't like a huge thing for us because look, where they gonna go, right? You might want to walk away, but where you gonna walk to? You know what I mean? Because I guess rent. Now they're saying it's more affordable to rent than to own right now. It's just interest rates are so high. The price of homes are so high right now. Life is just high right now. You know what I mean? So, the vacancy rate for all residential properties in the US has remained virtually the same for the sixth quarter in a row. States with the largest vacancy rates are Oklahoma, Kansas, Michigan, Alabama, and Indiana. Again, where you gonna go, right? Like where we going? I guess people can. You gonna start having roommates or moving back home to your parents if you can. Even if you can't afford it, though, right? Like I deal with people who are in foreclosure all the time, and they're like, "But where we gonna go?" Right? That's the struggle too. And that's why a lot of people aren't selling right now because they've got these 2 and 3% interest rates, and they don't want to get off of those, which you can't blame them, right? Who want to go from a 2% interest rate to 8%? Nobody, right? So let's see. Among 166 metropolitan areas in the U.S., those with at least 100 properties facing foreclosure and zombie foreclosure rates are Peoria, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Fort Wayne, and South Bend. Hmm. Among the roughly 15,000 foreclosed bank owned homes in the U.S., so these are REOs, properties that did not sell at the auction, bank owned homes. So that's different from pre foreclosure, right? That I sell at the auction. The highest ones are in Kansas, Michigan, Ohio, Missouri, and Wyoming. So foreclosures are ticking up. Y'all know how I feel. If you watch my channel, you know I always see these foreclosure numbers, but I say the banks have not started foreclosing on people yet, even though, like, you cannot pay attention to the foreclosure numbers. You've got to pay attention to the number of people who are in default or the people that are behind. We've got like 5 million people who have not paid their mortgage all year. And you know, if you ask me, we got 5 million people who have not paid their mortgage in 2 years. And we've got proof. Like HUD puts out that survey. And honestly, you guys, that survey that HUD puts out, they're like surveying households. I bet if they were to survey the actual mortgage servicers, then those numbers would probably double, you guys. Double. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are not going to say, like, if it's a survey, like, are you behind on your mortgage? Most people are going to be like, no. But people who call me, you guys, nobody calls me that is behind like 3 months on their mortgage. Everybody who calls me is behind like a year or 9 months. Like, I have yet to talk to somebody who just stopped paying like 3 months ago. It is millions of people who have not paid their mortgage in over a year, right? So these foreclosure numbers are deceiving. Let me say that, right? So the foreclosures are coming. The foreclosures are coming. And the auction, I know it's going to get busy again at the auction, you guys. It's been real slow, a lot of cancellations, a lot of postponements all the way across the country because the banks are really trying to work with these people. And I know they're going to come up with some other, you know, assistance and programs, which I totally get. I totally get. Modifications, I mean, they helped some, but they didn't help everybody, right? Um, the foreclosure, we're going to start. I mean, how long can the banks hold on? You know what I mean? Y'all saw Jamie Dimon cashing out his stock. Y'all saw that, right? Jamie Dimon. It could be something or it could be nothing, but it's never nothing, right? But the problem is, so I don't know, you guys, like the banks aren't foreclosing on people, which I get it, right? So, but who knows? Again, the wild card, election year, wild card. Hopefully, we don't go to war, right? You know what I mean? It's just so many unknown factors that can affect this. But that still does not stop the fact that we've got 5 million people or more. I think it's closer to 8 million people who are behind on their mortgage, and not just a couple of months behind, but like grossly behind, like over a year, over 2 years. I talked to foreclosure attorneys. They're like, we haven't foreclosed in like 3 years on people. You guys, it's people who have not paid in like 3 years, you guys. And if you don't know, there's a certain point when you're in foreclosure that the bank won't take partial payments anymore, right? They're like, we won't take a partial, we want the entire past due amount, right? So there's people, I mean, 20, 30, if you haven't paid in 2, 3 years, you guys, I don't know. We're going to see what happens. 2024, I think we'll be telling, probably second quarter. Again, with foreclosures, there's always a lag, right? Especially if you're in a judicial state, there's always a lag in foreclosures. Even when the market crashed back in 2008, the foreclosures didn't come to like 2009, 2010. It's when we saw the peak of foreclosures, right? So there will be a lag for sure. But they're coming, you guys. We'll see. I'm watching. I'll keep reporting the numbers. We should get October's numbers here shortly, since November. Today's November 3rd. Whenever you're watching this video, November 3rd, 2023. So I'll keep an eye on the numbers. Subscribe like you always do, you guys, if you're interested in buying properties at the auction, because the auction is the first place that foreclosures come. Once they go into default, the bank's attorneys say, hey, you've got 30 days to catch up or your house goes up for auction. That's where I work. I work at the auction, right? So if you're interested in buying properties or investing at the auction, I have an auction accelerator course. You guys, it's linked below. People love it. Love it. I'm telling you, I teach you how to buy properties at the auction, no matter where you live. Videos, resources, trackers, everything. Um, Check back. I'm usually live every Sunday. I'll be live this Sunday, whenever you're watching this. You guys, as always, subscribe, like, comment. I try to respond to all of your comments. I try to get a video up as often as possible. I'm on Instagram, your agent Ashley on Instagram. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.